Here's part 2 of the skull. We're going to name the facial bones. So right here is the nasal bone. This whole area forming the upper part of the jaw is the maxilla. Right here forming your cheekbone is the zygomatic bone. And then just posterior to it, this extension off of it is the zygomatic process. Inside here, the center portion is the nasal septum. And forming the lower part of the jaw is the mandible. Here, right in between your eyes, this piece of bone is the glabella. We can also see this opening right here. This is the external acoustic meatus, or you're welcome to abbreviate it as EAM. If we look inside of the orbit, which is this whole portion, we can see the lacrimal bone right here. The lacrimal fossa is right here. We can see part of the sphenoid bone. The wing of it is coming through here a little bit, and we can see part of the ethmoid bone, but these will not be tested on here. They will be tested disarticulated from the skull. So again, we can see here's inside of the skull. This is the sphenoid that I'm tracing out, but you will see it on your practical like this. This is the sphenoid bone. And then same with the ethmoid. We can see the very top of the ethmoid here, but you will be tested on it as this. This is the ethmoid bone disarticulated from the skull. If we look back here, this right here is the mastoid process, and this pointy bone down here, you can see it in there, that is the styloid process. If I pull the mandible away, in that TMJ joint, where that mandibular condyle right here sits, this area that indents in this area of the skull, this is the mandibular fossa. It articulates with the mandibular condyle. And together they form the temporomandibular joint, or TMJ. That again is right here. We have a mandibular notch. The mandibular notch is right here. The mandibular condyle that's forming the TMJ is right here. And the coronoid process is right here. This area is the ramus of the mandible. This is the mandibular angle. And the alveolar margin is basically the margin of where your gums would be. If you trace all along the teeth here, that is the alveolar margin. Then over here, remember from your surface anatomy, this area was the mental or mentum area. This is the mental foramen here and here.